Yo guys, Ponchy here, and today I'm going to show you how to load samples onto your Analog Rytm MK2. Let's go! Alright guys, first thing you're going to want to do is go to the settings menu and you want to go down to system. Go to USB config. And you're going to want to make sure that your USB config is set to USB MIDI and not overbridge, basically. So if you're used to normally using overbridge like I am, you want to just make sure it's on USB MIDI so there's no real issues. So, and then of course, other than that, you're going to want to make sure that you have a USB cable plugged in to your computer, and then you're good to go. Alright guys, next step is to install Elektron Transfer, and that's this app right here. Now, at the making of this video, I'm on Elektron Transfer version 1.4.0.1. So you're going to want to make sure that your Elektron Transfer is up to date, but also super important, you want to make sure your Analog Rytm and all your other Elektron machines are also up to date. Because I had a problem where it wouldn't allow me to drop any samples into my Analog Rytm, and the reason for that is because the version of my Analog Rytm with the version of my Elektron Transfer here were not compatible. So it wouldn't allow me to transfer any samples, and I've seen a couple people online that were complaining about that, saying there was some kind of problem or whatever, but in all reality, sometimes we just got to look inward and make sure that all of our stuff is good to go, and that it's not possible for the problem to be on our end, basically. So, also just some context: I am on one of the latest Apple iMacs, one of the M1 iMacs, the 24-inch ones, and so yes, contrary to what you have heard, maybe, this does indeed work on the M1 Max. Elektron Transfer works on M1 Max, and Overbridge also works on M1 Max. So, just so you know. So, right here we have MIDI in and MIDI out. It already recognizes my Analog Rytm. So, we're going to go ahead and just press connect. Boom. Instant connection. So, what it says here, this is the drop menu. You can drop any of these files here. Going back to that problem I mentioned earlier with my Analog Rytm not working, you'll know it's not working or your version is incorrect, because down here it will just say that you can drop basically Analog Rytm sounds, Analog Rytm projects, and sysx files. Those are the only things that'll say that you can drop there. So that's how you know if your Analog Rytm is not up to date all the way, or it could be Elektron Transfer. So you want to double check on those for sure. So I'm going to go over here to my Ponch loops folder, and I have a guitar sample here. I'm going to go ahead and drag it into the box. You can see it's transferring down below. Bam, done. So that's good to go. Basically, what Elektron Transfer does is it'll create a folder in your sounds area on your Analog Rytm, your sound browser, where it'll have all the samples that you transferred from any given time. So today let's go over here to the Explore menu. And this is more of a file explorer for your Analog Rytm. And kind of an easier way, so to speak, to transfer samples over. Not to mention, you can see all of the samples on your Analog Rytm here as well. So right here, you can see transfers 211, 203. That is the folder that Elektron Transfer just created to house my Ponch Git sample. You can only preview from the computer area. So click on the sample so you can double check and make sure it's the right one. But yeah, this is basically another way to transfer stuff over. If I wanted to transfer this, just drag it over, bam. So if you want to create your own folders, for example, you know, you can come over here, right click, hit create folder, and then go into it and drag your own your samples however you want them to be dragged. Otherwise, if you do it through the drop menu, it will create its own folder, which sometimes is a lot easier. So that's pretty much that. Hope that helps you guys. If you need help with using the samples on your analog rhythm, feel free. I have a couple other videos. Well, I have one specifically about utilizing samples with your analog rhythm, so you can check that out. I'll link that video up above. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.